Coming in, yeah. Flex, I just wanna win, yeah. LABB, who we running with, yeah. 2233, I'm on 10 again, yeah. State your name, big dope on flame. I just switched the lanes, damn, he did it again.
Well, just like that, before you know it, here I am in America, reunited with my car. Hello one and all, and welcome to Seen Through Glass. Welcome to California, and yes, welcome back to the 911 Carrera T. Well, it's only been gone for a couple of days, but it's felt like a lifetime. Now, I know when Shmee150 collected his 4GT in New York sort of month or so ago, he was freaking out about the fact he had his UK car in America. But my experience has been spoiled slightly by the fact that I collected this car in Australia at the beginning of the year. So I'm used to seeing my car quite literally the other side of the world. But either way, it doesn't matter because, oh, it's just so freaking cool. And I cannot wait to take this thing out onto the LA roads. But right now, you find me in one of the Cars warehouses. In fact, sort of Cars USA's HQ, and there are some amazing things lurking around. We've got some vintage and classic Bentleys that are going to be taking part in a 100th anniversary rally over the next couple of weeks. There's a Maserati desert find here. You've heard of a barn find before. There's a desert find car here. It's just ridiculous, and there's plenty of other stuff hanging around. So for now, let me just
coming in, yeah. Flex, I just wanna win, yeah. LABB, who we running with, yeah. 2233, I'm on 10 again.
I'm following Tony right now because he's just told me there's something rather special lurking at the back under a cover, which he's allowed to show me. Very kindly, the owner has said.
You was a fan of Smokey and the Bandit.
Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah. Otherwise, we're not going to know what we're looking at, right? Yeah.
So this is the seed that started the Trans Am love. This is the very first Trans Am. It's a 1972 Bill Mitchell design concept.
Wow.
It's the prototype for the.
Is that pearlescent paint?
It's a pearlescent white. It's the only one ever painted this colour. It's got a blue bird on the front. It's much smaller than the original, the eventual chicken that would be on there.
That shows the 1970, doesn't it? The pearlescent paint is
pearlescent paint. It's even got pearlescent leather. No. It's the only one with pearlescent leather with a full red. with a full blue. Dash, interior trim and everything. It's unbelievable.
Oh my God. But you know what I love? Is it looks unrestored. I mean, I don't know if it has...
It's fully restored. It's fully original. It has been... just had won an award actually, the preservation class at the La Jolla Concourse.
Wow, this is
so cool. But it's in incredible shape.
It looks, as I say, it screams 70s, but absolutely. In the best way possible.
It's probably got an 8-track in it as well.
Yeah, it does.
Absolutely does, yeah.
You don't have a bad time hanging out with these cars, do you?
Oh, mate, it's heaven. It's absolutely heaven. To be here around Yank tanks, you know. I grew up watching Chips and Convoy and all the American stuff, you know, so... to be around here.
For me, it was Pimp My Ride, where they did do some blue interiors, but it wasn't quite to the same taste.
Oh, yeah, Ryan's a mate of mine. Yeah, he's a good bloke. You should go up there with those customs. Yeah,
wow, awesome. Thank you so much, pal. I appreciate it. What a cool thing.
Wow. So it's a straight six with 3 Solex carburetors over here, but it has push rods that go across. So it's a very different type of...
well, I love that you've got the firing order written actually on the block there. So the Bristol firing order 153624.
This engine is very unique. In fact, it has a hemispherical head, which is concave, but normally you have to have overhead cam. Okay. But BMW came up with this concept where they actually bring the push rod up, and then they go across here, and then pushes the valve down. So very, very special engine. And it was successful in its day as a very successful.
It was winning in Le Mans in 57 and 58. Wow. This is the car those things. That's why Carroll Shelby got the idea.
Okay, there we go. It starts to all tie together. But yeah, it's absolutely stunning. It's the way it sits. And you know, nowadays modern engines, you open up the hood, there's just so much stuff, isn't there, and plastic and covers, but this just sits so prettily.
One of the keys to success is all aluminum body, very lightweight, probably about 1,900 pounds in race trim. Yeah.
Wow. For anyone who doesn't really know the history of this car or understand exactly, you know, what it is and what it represents, can you give us a very brief overview? Is that okay?
Yes. AC Cars is a very old English car company. They started making cars in the early 1900s. They actually came up with this AC Ace, and that's the Roadster body. And they had first they put an AC engine in it, which was a single overhead cam, and didn't have a lot of horsepower. And then they put the Bristol engine in it. And it's actually a BMW engine that that Bristol actually got for war reparations, you know, from Germany. And so, but then they quit making Bristol engines. Carroll Shelby went over to AC Cars and said, hey, look, I want to put a small block Ford in the AC chassis. And that's the Cobra.
Okay, so this really was, I mean, this is the beginning of the Cobra,
Absolutely.
or at least the predecessor.
Yes.
Now, I know some of you would have been watching that last clip going, Sam, there's a Pagani in the background. And of course, you weren't wrong, because actually there are multiple Paganis in the background. Every year at Monterey, Pagani have a pretty amazing presence. And this year, I think you can see behind me, it's going to be no different. And quite amazingly, this car actually needs to get some fuel, some gas, some petrol. I don't really know how to... I don't know what terms to use now. I'm here in America. I'm going to start saying cell phone and things like that again. But yeah, it's got to get some fuel. So this car's going to be going out onto the road for a little bit of a top up, and I'm going to go out with it. Well, you now find me in the passenger seat of this Huayra Roadster with Tyler from Pagani Beverly Hills, Newport Beach, behind the wheel. Thank you so much for taking me out in this. It's a properly nice surprise, but I think shows just how insane some of the cars that cars often have lurking around in the warehouse.
Oh, yeah.
So is this a stupidly busy time of year for you leading up to Monterey Car Week?
It's absolutely insane. It is every year, but you know, it's always worth it. But yeah, this is like that crunch time where everybody's on edge, trying to get everything done last minute before Monterey.
There we go. And so I had my first experience in a Huayra a few months ago in Switzerland, but that was the coupe. I tell you what, a Roadster's made for LA, isn't it? A Roadster is made for California.
Oh yeah, I have this term I think I coined, but I call it Huayra Roadster weather.
Yes, okay, today is definitely Huayra Roadster weather, as I think I can show you. There's quite literally not a cloud in the sky, but this thing is mad. So this is officially a demo car, so this is not actually a customer car, right?
Correct.
Hence why we get to take it out onto the road, but also why it needs some fuel, because any car, like with my own, that gets on a plane has to have less than a quarter of a tank. So whenever you collect a car after it being shipped by plane, you need to go and get fuel first thing. Hopefully once we've got that fuel, we'll be able to open up a little bit. We're literally, I think you said you're less than like 5 mile range, so
then we can have some fun.
Then we can have some fun, but this thing is just so mad. So yes, right now, I'm going to go past the crazy wavy inflatable tube man and get ourselves some gas, some fuel. Did you say gas? Is that what you say? Gas?
You say gas.
You say gas. So to the gas station. Okay, so is that an expensive tank for you?
I actually drive an electric car.
Okay,
So
okay, but as an American, because for me, to
Yeah.
fill up a Pagani for $57,
that's a deal.
that would be like 150 quid in the UK.
That's a deal.
Minimum. Yeah.
That's a deal.
Robin was telling me earlier that this is a very famous drag racing area. Just, I don't want like, I'm not gonna... It's the wackiest noise. I mean, it wasn't until I actually spent time in a Huayra that I understood the whole like God of Wind name. Oh my God. The pops and bangs with the roof off, you get so much of it. What percentage throttle are you using? About 10? Yeah.
A little dash.
Yeah.
Throttle.
Trippin' Aquafina, I'm sippin' 15, kept a weapon on me. Blow make digits, I'm on my business, stack chicken like what it's gon' be. Crew in the cut, and you on us, run when I tell you. Love is
That was totally unexpected to spend my first few minutes in America in a Pagani Huayra, but absolutely awesome. And just in general, checking out some of those cars over at the Cars warehouse was just spot on. But right now, firstly, I need to cool down because, yep, it is warm. But also, I need to celebrate being in my car in America and also being back in LA, because I think you all know, or at least long-term viewers will know, that I love this place. I'm obsessed, and fundamentally the sort of very beginnings of the idea for Drive the World came or happened in Los Angeles, so it's only right to come back here now during this year's big adventure. Time to head a little bit north, back towards sort of the Hollywood area, because I think I need to get a sort of photo potentially of this car with the Hollywood sign, or at least an iconic LA backdrop, so I can sort of officially, kick off my US leg. How bad is this? I need fuel. I definitely need fuel.
Lab till I'm finished, had a handful of lemons through the hand, got a bag, now the hands in the business. For my hand, it's a ticket, talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. I've been playing with the minutes that they been shoulda gave, and I'm flipping every digit that they break with the blade, and I'm breaking.
Viewers of previous LA videos will know that no trip here is complete without Pink Taco and Starbucks. Well, I had Starbucks this morning, and I'm now in Pink Taco. It's just one of my favourite Mexican restaurants in the world. Anyway, just to clear up a couple of things very quickly about the car actually being here in America, because I know some of you have got questions about it. It is, of course, still on its UK plate, and that's because it's here on a sort of almost like a tourist visa for the car, a sort of temporary import waiver, which means that it will have to leave. You can have a car here in America on foreign number plates for, I think, 12 months maximum. I've got various paperwork in the car, so should any police pull me over, which I think will happen at some point, I can explain that that's why it's here. It obviously has its own US and Canadian insurance policies, and it's all just handled by, say, the legends at Cars have made it all possible and legal, and it doesn't feel that strange driving it here, but it does feel cool, because all of my trips to LA over the years to now be in my own car just makes it feel a tad more special. Being in a right-hand drive car in LA traffic, though, not so much fun, but right now I'm going to sit back and enjoy good old Pink Taco Nacho. Selfie with the Hollywood sign barely visible in the background done, and I feel like it's now official that the US leg has begun. Today is kind of like my jet-lagged entry into America. Things from here, I hope, will only pick up. There are some amazing things planned for this week, and of course, Monterey Car Week next week. So make sure you're subscribed for those videos to come. Give it a big thumbs up if you're excited for this next section of Drive the World to begin.
Coming in, flex, I just wanna win, LA BB, who we running with, 2233, I'm on 10 again, state your name, big bin dope on flame.